Welcome to the Rudick Report. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. If you can, please support this channel by buying me a cup of coffee or by visiting my affiliate links. Your help is greatly appreciated and helps us to continue to provide content. Precious metals expert, broker of Miles Franklin, and financial writer Bill Halter says that traffic has picked up and that the calls he is getting daily are substantially higher than they have been, and he is getting orders in the millions daily. Halter says that at some point, demand will outstrip the supply for gold, and at some point, the supply will be wiped out. COMEX and LBMA at some point will fail to deliver, and at that point, gold and silver will moonshot. Gold and silver will go to numbers that no one has even thought of. Halter continued and said that in the last 3 to 6 months, many countries have said that they will continue to push their trade outside of the dollar. Saudi Arabia has even indicated that it is no longer interested in pleasing the United States. We have OPEC cutting production by 1.5 million barrels per day, and all of these things are dollar negative, and we are very far along in the dollar's destruction. Halter also says that the buying power of the dollar is declining before our eyes and explains that in a little over 15 months, the M2 money supply has contracted by about 5%. This is the first time since the 1930s where the money supply has contracted. Halter asks, how is it that the dollar is dropping in value versus other fiat currencies? He states that the dollar is clearly dropping in value versus gold because we are over $2,000 per ounce and inflation is not abating. But how is it that inflation is not abating if there are less dollars outstanding by 5%? You should have seen a decline in prices over the last 6 to 12 months, and we are not seeing that. The result of lower money supply is going to be asset prices declining. You are going to see inflation of the things that you need and deflation of things that you have. Halter predicts that the very companies short in their positions who have been suppressing gold and silver prices are going to flip their positions and close out their short positions to avoid heavy losses, and this action will turn and drive prices up much higher. Halter says that their actions are going to be like rocket fuel for gold and silver. We are going to see a blackout in supply. When you can't get it, then what is an ounce of gold going to be worth? If you can't get it, what is an ounce of silver going to be worth? This is what many in the metal space have been saying for some time. When these positions are flipped, the prices of gold and silver will reach levels you have not even imagined. Gold will become a measure of wealth. People will be counting their wealth in ounces rather than dollars because the world is currently implementing plans to ditch the dollar. In regards to the dollar, Halter thinks the dollar is going to collapse well over 50% in purchasing power. Also, most of the world will move away from the dollar and gold is going to break the Fed. When this thing goes, it's going to be a very, very rapid event. He also stated that in his opinion, there is going to be a credit crisis. So the question is, what would your day-to-day life be without the ability to buy things or operate on credit? And not just your day-to-day, but what would the entire country's day-to-day life be like? In an example, a farmer utilizes credit to buy fuel for farm equipment. Then they buy seed and fertilizer, and usually these items are purchased on credit because these are high-volume purchases. The farmer buys these items, in this example, to grow wheat. Then truckers pick up the wheat from the farm and deliver it to the silos. The truckers also buy their fuel on credit. From the silos, they deliver it to the processing plant and ultimately to the stores. All these points along the way to its final destination, which is your table, revolves around the ability for credit to move through the system. This is just one example of bread, but apply this example to any product you can think of. If this process breaks down, then there is no bread, there's no diesel, there's no products anywhere at all because of a credit crisis and because available credit is non-existent. So as you think about that, you can see the value of having some cash on hand, the value of buying products in advance, whether it be food, water, extra car tires, batteries, air filters for your home heating system, diapers, or any other item that you would use eventually. So your day-to-day life won't be impacted by the crisis that occurs. It's called being self-sufficient, and it is more important now than ever before. The signs are all around us for those who are awake and paying attention. Act now while these things are still available, because the day is coming soon when you will wake up and all hell has broken loose. Like I end all my videos, I will say it again. Get extra food, get extra water, get cash for emergencies in case there is a run, get extra items you may use in the future, and if possible, get out of debt and move some money to precious metals. This is not financial advice, but it may be prudent to make these decisions on your own. There are many reputable companies you can buy from. Some include JM Bullion, SD Bullion, and Money Metals. You can use whoever you think is best, but just take some action before you can. Thank you for listening, and until next time, this is the Rudick Report.